Amka kuna show.
Kuna show.
Girl. What time is it? Tufanye show. Hey guys, and welcome to KalekyeMumoLive&Uncut. Yes, in a new style, in a new fashion, right here on KM Network. This is the place you need to be on our YouTube channel and sharing with everybody. So right now, do that thing, start sharing. Now, this particular show has found a new home. Yes! We have found a new home, and that is at the Highland Suites, who are located on Chania Avenue right here in Kilimani area. And the beauty about these suites is that you get furnished suites that are affordable for short stay or long stay purposes. And they have all sorts of rooms. We're in a 2-bedroom standard, and as you can see, it's cute, it's perfect. You have your sofa, you have your TV, a dining room, and you also have your kitchenette, and then the 2 bedrooms, and you share a bath. There's a pool on the rooftop, there's a boardroom, and there is a gym. What more could we ask for with all these facilities that have a lift, they have a basement parking, and they also have rooms that are good for people with disabilities? Yes, this is the place to be. What this show is about is stories that change your perspective. You don't always see people assume they live a certain way, but right here we get to show you their real lives and their journey, and we have some fun while we're doing it. Rehab, welcome so much to KalekyeMumoLive&Uncut. Thank you.
It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I think I've been seeing your videos and seeing the work that you're doing everywhere, but I'm like, okay, I know what you've said there, but me, I want to know for myself. So tell me, Rehab, tell me about your life when you were first diagnosed with polio. Then we'll talk about, you know, the role you're playing and everything about it.
All right. Thank you so much, Kalekye. I'm also privileged to be here and humbled too.
Yeah.
Just don't take it for granted.
Oh, yeah. You're most welcome. It's really nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. And I like sharing my story because, as you've said, it's good to touch on people's life.
Yeah.
Whatever is going on out there might be different from what we are perceiving it, how we are perceiving it.
Right.
So I was born back in 1971, and I grew up as a healthy baby. And my mother tells me I was able to walk at an age of early age of 7 months, walking.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't crawl like any other child.
What?
I just stood up and walked, and it shocked her also. So at the age of 1.5 years, my mother was a casual laborer, so she used to work in the nearby coffee plantations. Yeah, I come from Gatundu. And she came back home in the evening and found myself down with fever and flu. So she decided to take me to the hospital. The nearby hospital then was Gatundu Hospital. And when she took me there, okay, on her back, that is, because I couldn't really walk, I was sick, yeah. And when she took me there, I got some injection, and from there, I could not stand, I could not sit, I could do literally nothing. So when she told the doctors that she feels that something has changed, because I'm not the way I was when we were coming, she was told to she was referred to Kenyatta National Hospital, and she took me there, and that is when I was diagnosed, and it was found out that I suffered from polio.
So hold on a minute. So you've come from, first of all, walking at an early age of 7 months, not even crawling, you stood up and
walked.
You walked.
Yes.
Then you come down with a fever, and this fever, when you go to the hospital, they give you an injection. Was the injection the problem? I mean, I'm trying to connect how your fever turns into you have polio. What happened there?
Yeah, according to us, even my mother used to think that this injection affected my nerves. Even I thought that it is the injection that affected my nerves. Just to realize later, when we went to KNH, we were told that this is polio virus. And when it gets into the body, if it is not addressed immediately, it paralyzes the body. So I was paralyzed from the hip downwards completely.
So you're telling me this fever that you got, this viral infection that you got,
yes,
that turned
was
out
a symptom.
It was a symptom. I had already acquired the polio virus. It was in me and had taken toll in my body. So these were symptoms. The flu and the fever were symptoms of the polio.
You see, that's totally scary. You know, let me just first of all just admit that's totally scary because you see, everybody's understanding of polio is very different.
True.
I mean, I'll tell you personally, even for me, even if I've tried to read, my initial understanding of what polio is most people think you're born with it.
No.
Yeah. No. Most people will think that your body already had this deficiency and so therefore it just turned up.
No.
So it's a viral infection.
It is a viral infection, and also, according to the little knowledge I've acquired along the way, it is communicated through dirty water or sewage water. Okay. It's oral fecal. They call it oral fecal. So you take it, through feces. Yeah. That the virus is in the feces, so it contaminates the water. So you take it through the mouth. Yeah, that is how we acquire virus, the polio virus.
Do you know that I did not know that? And I know that there are very many people watching who did not know that. Like, I am genuinely so surprised. You are 1.5 years old.
Yes.
And you've been walking. And I mean, I'll tell you a little bit of my story.
Yeah.
Because I, like you, was walking okay up to 3 years. Then something happened one day. I woke up and I could not walk. And when I woke up and could not walk, of course, there's the whole panic of now what has happened. And I'm in pain. Yeah. So when they took me to the hospital, it turns out that babies, when you're young, at that age, your hip bone can break. Oh. So you can imagine the fear my mother had.
Yeah.
Because she knew about polio.
Yes.
And so it's broken and everything. So I go through this surgery and I am now back to not walking because I have to be in casts. And you know, you're a small kid.
Yeah.
So they put casts on both legs so that they can put a kachuma here between your legs.
Yes.
So that they can move you, because how else will I be moved? I can't use a crutch. I was 3. So that was my story. And I can imagine the frustration now if it put that frustration on my parents, because I was like that for about 6 months.
Yes.
Now I'm imagining a whole lifetime changing.
Yeah.
And your journey becomes different because you are now getting to a school-going age.
Yes.
And parents back then, of course, there were lots of traditional thoughts of what could have happened.
Sure.
So walk me through your mom's experience through the eyes of what she's told you, and then your father, anything that was changing around you.
Right. When I got back from Kenyatta, because now we had to be discharged and we had to go back home. So my mother broke the news to my dad. Okay, I came from a polygamous family. I come from a polygamous family. So my mother was the youngest in a family of 3 wives. Yeah. So she breaks the news to the entire family that I'm told my daughter will not walk again. She will not be able to stand. She will live like this for the rest of her life. So we just have to brace ourselves to live with a child with disability, to take care of her. It was not easy. My dad could not accept that. At his age, because he was elderly, he said, in our Kikuyu tradition, there is a saying that if one of the goats happens to be, to break
a leg,
its a leg.
Yes, I know.
It's an outcast. So the best thing to do is either to kill it or to throw it away. So he related me to that goat. And he told my mother, now, it's either you decide you kill her or you throw her away. I don't want to see her in this home. And that was it. So because my mother insisted that I cannot throw her away, she's a child, I've been given by God, and I don't know why God chose me for this child. So I'll just have to live with that. So she was told, then you cannot be here with this same child because she's a bad omen to the others. What? She might even infect the others. Yeah, there are a lot of myths and misconceptions that it's either from your end, from the end of the mother, because from our end, now we don't have such, or you are bewitched, or she's a bad omen, so she cannot live with the other children. So my mother had to look for a way out. Then after 4 years, I was told that we can go for assessment in Thika. There was then Joytown Special School, so that they can see whether I can be admitted in the school. So we went with my mother, Fortunately, I got an admission, and that is where they were able to give me a wheelchair. So I joined school on a wheelchair. Yeah, I started on a wheelchair. I went through nursery, class 1, class 2. Then from there, through extensive therapy, I was able now to get calipers and crutches.
So now you can train.
Yeah, the calipers were for the support. And before then, I had gone for several operations. So in my legs.
The help you are even getting, this is all from well-wishers.
Yes.
Basically, your existence to where you are now, that you can actually walk on one crutch, is well-wishers.
Yes, and can I tell you something? When my mother got the form for admission for Joytown, that was back 1978, no, 77. When she got the form, back then we were using the matatus, the face me matatus.
Yes.
So she was sitting like this. I'm here with all my whatevers, and my mother is seated here, and the other seated there. So when my mother read through the form, she had gone to school a bit, So when she read through the form, the requirement, she started crying because she didn't know where to get these, and she had to report to school in January. That was November.
And now they're
she
asking
started
for
crying. So these other passengers asked her, "Why are you crying, Mama?" She was just giving them the form.
So many.
Huyu anasoma anapitisha, mwenzake anapitisha. Do you know everything that was in that form was bought in that matatu?
No way. No way, Rehab, no way.
Everything, starting from
see God.
Everything in that form, even transport to school was 5 bob by then, 5 shillings. She tells me she was given the 5 shillings to carry for me to go to school in January.
And these are strangers.
But they see this mama crying. She gives the form and tells this is the child. She's supposed to report to school. They changed the money there. I mean, nimenunua bed sheets, I've bought the sanduku, I've bought the soaps, I've bought the hapo.
Let me tell you guys, God works in mysterious ways. And there are some things that even when the people who love you the most turn away from you, God will always provide another person. Those were angels.
Sure, they were angels. Yeah.
Wow, you're going to make me cry.
There, I forgot to tell you, when I did my class 8, I was the best performed girl in Thika district.
Wow.
So I got a scholarship to go to the US.
But
then the whole village now, whoa.
How is it? How is it? Huku amefebwa. Huyu hajapita vile wanasema huyu.
They were so happy. And they knew now what we have been seeing, their perception towards me changed. And that is where I started now accepting myself.
Because
and also, because they were very happy about it. I got a full scholarship, but they decided they are going to give me a farewell party.
Oh, no.
Yes, and they organized everything. My mother did nothing. My dad was not even aware, so he never knew there was something going on. Aliambiwa tu mtoto wako alikuwa anaenda America wanani. And that was it. He was not part of it. He never attended. So that was it.
So you did go to the States?
I went to the States, and the day of going, the entire village went to the airport. So you can imagine, kunizindikisha matatu hizo za face me zilijaa. So when I came back, things started changing.
What was your experience there before? Because now I did not know that part. Now I'm curious. What was your experience like going to the States? Because one, did you fly alone?
No, we went with my head teacher, the then mayor of Thika, and our school nurse, and the best performed boy. Yes.
So all of you go.
Yes.
And you're coming from a school where you're representing people with disabilities.
Yes.
So obviously you're being received on the other end.
Yeah.
I'm sure
very well.
The facilities.
Yes.
You noticed a difference because back then I know the facilities were not there to enable you to have a ramp to move, even the toilets having places to hold and what.
Starting from the airport. The moment you get to the airport, the departure now, you expect to go through the stairs and everything, but you find yourself inside the aeroplane and this is your seat. So you wonder how you got there. The first place. Umepelekwa, umejikuta tu umeingia kwa kiti. This is your seat.
And
so I started, I got surprised from there because I didn't understand how I didn't go through the stairs to get into the aeroplane, because I normally see there is a staircase.
Na wewe hujatumia hizo.
Yeah, but we used British Airways by then, and I can tell you it is a class of its own,
And on top
top of that, they are aware what it is
Disability
like,
issues.
and
yeah.
that they have placed different things in order
Yes.
to make sure that your life is easy
Yes.
and you have everything you need.
Yes, even when you get to the US, everything was accessible. Even the bus, everything we used. You didn't realize you had a disability.
You are living your life.
Not
like
until we came now back.
Right now, you're working
Yes.
in a firm that you're able to talk about disability. Where are you working? What are you doing?
I'm not really working, but voluntary jobs.
Okay, okay.
I am the president of Kiambu County Disability Network.
Okay.
That's a network that brings along every person who has a disability, may it be visual,
Of any
physical,
kind.
all kinds of disability in Kiambu County.
Okay.
And it's not a small number. We have networks in every sub-county. We have 12 sub-counties in Kiambu. So Kiambu County Disability Network is an umbrella of all the 12 sub-counties, the networks, So I deal with the parents, caregivers, guardians, persons with disabilities themselves. I link them, like I do referrals. I do advocacy on those who have been denied their rights. In ways we do civic education. We do a lot in the community.
Yeah.
But that is mainly it's voluntarily. But there are opportunities that come up. You get paid, yeah.
So for you now, you went to school. You had all these people who chipped in and helped. Now the school you went to, there were other people who had different disabilities there.
Yes.
But you still got to interact with other children who are walking, running, your neighbors and other children here. So did you ever go through a period where you felt, why am I different? What's wrong with me? Or anything? Like, because there are things that people go through emotionally that I'd like us also to touch on, because I feel like we never want to deal with our emotions as Africans.
Sure.
And that it is okay to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know what your experience was like.
Yeah, I can say who made it. Okay, I faced a lot of discrimination, a lot of stigma, and that is because of my own dad. Because I can say he propagated it. Because when you set that precedent that the child does not belong, she's not supposed to be here, she's not supposed to be the others. So the others also feared,
Your
being
siblings.
close to me, my siblings, and especially the stepbrothers, stepsisters, and the stepmothers,
So let me ask, because I just want to reconnect. He did throw you guys out. Did he accept you guys back in the home at some point?
We just had to force our way through. Because we could not live in a given place in
course,
Nairobi
for the
throughout.
role of your life.
My grandmother was not, my mother had come from a family, the dad had died. The grandmother, Alikata, she refused to do the Kikuyu cultural things of taking the oath in Mau Mau and whatever. She claimed to be a Christian. So she was neglected, discriminated by the other family members.
Dear.
So she was also in like a small setup.
So you can't go there
Yeah,
either.
we could not go there. So my mother had to go back, to force herself back.
Let me ask, in this life you've led, you've gone through all these many things. There's also Rehab, who has a social life, a personal life. What has your personal life been like? Have you dated? Is it harder? Because it's important that people know that you are able to see life for a person living with polio as a full life.
Yes.
Because I feel so amazed how vocal you are, how strong you are. But there's the social life, your personal life. So tell me about that.
Well, I can proudly say I'm a mother of two.
Amen. Oh, you gotta give me that high five. Hey, mulikuwa mnadhani aje. Come on. Yes, fantastic.
My firstborn is a girl. She works at Getundu Hospital. She's a pharmacist.
Wow.
Then my lastborn is a boy. He's in Kalekye University that year.
Well done, Mom. Hey.
So I'm a proud mother of two.
Yeah.
And I thank God, because I learned a lot as I was coming up in school, because I went to a special school. Before us were others who had polio, disability, had grown with it, was successful in life. Like we had a pediatrician, she's Dr. Nyaga. And others were teachers. So they used to come and mentor us, when we were in school. And they could tell us what they are going through out there. Life out there, and especially with men. is not easy. So they could tell us, like Nyaga told us, she did a very huge wedding. President Moi attended and others. But later on, she even became depressed and admitted to a mental hospital because of what she was subjected to by the husband. So they could tell us it is not easy. If you are not that strong, please don't go there. Don't go there. Like me, okay, my attitude for men was just bad. To begin with, because of
it
was just bad, and I was not ready to have a man in my life. So my assignment was to get a man who would give me a nice kid. You know?
Hey, let me tell you, learning. Ndio mniambia Kalekye sasa enda ufanye hivi, tafuta msee uzae. Sasa, well, this is a special year for polio awareness that through Rotary with the polio endgame campaign that they have come out saying that we are going to raise $1 million US, and the beauty is that it's going to be matched 6 times by Belinda and Bill Gates.
Yes.
And that means adding another $6 million US towards this campaign, and this is for Kenya.
Yes.
So you're really call out to people. I just want you to call out to Kenyans and just tell them what you want them to do.
I would want to urge everybody of goodwill out there to support this noble cause of giving this $1, one man. It isn't much.
It isn't much.
But it will impact
yes.
on a life of a child. And it will stop us having others who go through what I had to go through. I would not wish this on anybody. So please, 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 let us join Rotary. Contribute that. Just give that $1. $1 is 100 shillings.
100 shillings.
Only. Yes.
So if all of us, including my crew today, we just give 100 bob.
Yes.
All you have to do is go on to M-Pesa. The pay bill number is 891300. I'll put it there on the screen, 891300, and the account name is Polio.
Yeah.
And then just send 100 shillings. We are aiming at raising $1 million, and I know we can do it. We are so many Kenyans.
Yeah.
We can do it. Here at KalekyeMumoLive&Uncut, we always have a gift.
Wow.
So I want you to open so that I can explain what's inside there. We must give you something. We must give you something. So just open the box. Yeah. And then I will share with you why and what it is that we have for you.
Whoa.
So, this mug, look at it from the front, turn it around, look at it, means you are loved.
Thank
Every
you.
time you have a cup of tea, just remember you are loved.
Thank you. I'm
okay?
humbled. Yeah.
You are loved.
Yeah.
And as you, whether you'll be driving, whether you'll put what, just remember, thumbs up. Keep going.
Wow.
You're fantastic.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching KalekyeMumoLive&Uncut. We are here on YouTube to stay, so what you need to do is make sure that you subscribe. Yes, click on that button and share. Let other people get to see amazing stories, because I think today speaking to Rehab has just done something for me that is just amazing. Just to understand there is life beyond a disability, and that polio can be stopped before it even makes way into your child's life. That is why you need to join the polio endgame with Rotary, and it's as simple as sending 100 bob. Yani, so moja to think of all the things that you're imagining you want to do with that 100 bob. Forget those. Let's end polio together, and send that right now on your M-Pesa to the details there on the screen. That is the pay bill number 891300, and the account is polio, and we're done. We will be able to put an end to this by getting more vaccines for our country. Meanwhile, guys, Another show will be coming right here from our home, that is the Highland Suites. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for giving us an amazing apartment which is warm and cozy. Naweza kosa kutoka huku juu vitanda niliona zinaniita, but we'll be here and we'll love our new home. And remember, there's also Pete's Cafe downstairs where you can get yourself something to eat while you're enjoying these amazing Highland Suites on Chania Avenue. Get in touch and we will catch you on another amazing episode of KalekyeMumoLive&Uncut. See ya. Guy. Okay. Na nimelala na miwani aje hapana. Enda tena.